So having worked in social media now for almost 10 years, I've learned how to leverage social media as a platform, not only to connect with others, but to teach as well. Teaching is a passion of mine, so I've been using Snapchat now for a few years to teach others in not only how to use Snapchat, but how to use social media in their business.
So over the last 2 years, Snapchat has definitely taken off, but yet a lot of businesses are kind of afraid of it, they're scared of it, but your view is very much that they should be engaging and they should be learning how to use it, but use it properly.
Snapchat provides brands with the opportunity to not only humanize who they are, and what I mean by that, by humanizing, is it gives users of the platform or customers of their brand an opportunity to really go behind the scenes, to see the inner workings of their corporation. And I know most CMOs are going to think, well, so what? Well, people buy from who they feel comfortable buying from. This is just how business has been conducted throughout centuries now. So knowing that people buy from who they feel comfortable doing business with, Snapchat now gives you an opportunity to actually show a prospective customer out there, or show who's already buying from your brand, really who are you as a company. Let's face it, you have a high density of millennials and Generation Z that are using Snapchat. That's the predominant demographic that's on the platform. We have 200 million users worldwide. The majority are under the age of 35. This is a demographic that does not want to be sold to. They do not go on social media to see Facebook ads or Twitter ads. They hate advertising, just flat out. So Snapchat, with that being said, now gives these millennials and Gen Z not only a platform, a messaging platform to chat and hang out with their friends, but to also consume content in a much more unique way than what we as consumers are used to seeing elsewhere, notably on Facebook and on Twitter.
So that's one of your tips, is take people behind the scenes, show them who you are as a company. Give us 4 or 5 other kind of tips. You mentioned some low-hanging fruit earlier when you were on stage in terms of what companies can do to start to engage with Snapchat, but as I say, do it properly.
The low-hanging fruit is, first of all, to leverage your existing social networks. So while Snapchat it's the really hot social network right now, Facebook's not going away anytime soon, Twitter's not going away, Instagram's not going away. So really look to leverage these social networks in parallel. And where I'm going with this is use Snapchat as a vehicle where you create just really unique outside-the-box content that feels and looks different from what you're already doing on Facebook and Twitter, but then leverage Facebook and Twitter to then drive your audience to go over to Snapchat. So most brands in the year 2016 have invested a lot of time, resources, and money in growing their social presence. So really hone in on that presence that you've already, in that community, hopefully, that you've built, to drive them over to Snapchat. And the key there is really make sure that there's content on Snapchat that's exclusive, and you're not just sharing that content to other social networks.
Because one of the other speakers earlier, I think it was Sean, was saying that it's very difficult actually, Snapchat as a platform, to build an audience from the platform itself, so definitely you need to use your existing audiences.
It's very difficult to grow within the platform, absolutely, and this is why I advocate for cross-promotion across other networks. The other low-hanging fruit for brands is if you have an email list already. So if you have a CRM, if you have some sort of loyalty card data, you can take that data, you can segment out based on the younger demographics. So if you're a company, I'm going to just throw one out there like Target or Best Buy that has access to a lot of data, and you can segment that out. Send an email blast out to your 18 to 25-year-olds announcing that we're on Snapchat. Promote your stories. Again, use more traditional digital marketing channels to drive that audience that typically only consumes content from you in email or on your mobile app. Send them over to your Snapchat account.
And correct me if I'm wrong, did you mention on stage that Snapchat's going to do something very similar to what Facebook do, which is soon they're going to allow you to import an email database?
Absolutely. So Snapchat has announced that very soon you're going to be able to do email-based targeting when you run ads. So what that means is you're going to be able to take your email marketing list that you have today, import that into Snapchat, and then run ads specifically for that audience. The key, however, is not to just look at Snapchat as another Facebook, where you're just uploading data and then putting an ad in front of your audience, but it's the content that you create. So the content you create should be fun, informative, creative, and engaging. So because this is not Facebook, people want to see something different. They want to look at content and learn something. They want to feel something. This is why influencer marketing has grown to be as hot as it is on Snapchat, because when people view influencers, they're not viewing a brand, they're viewing another person that they can relate to.
So tell me now about Snaphappen. This is unique as a conference. We're sitting here in the middle of a roundabout. Tell me about your day or your experience of Snaphappen.
Snaphappen is the most unique event I've been to, and I say it with all the love to Craig and the team. I speak at a lot of conferences worldwide throughout the year, and first of all, this is the only event that is dedicated to the Snapchat community. The only event dedicated to the Snapchat community for anyone that wants to learn about Snapchat, how to implement it in their business, how to use it for marketing, how to work with influencers. This is the event that you need to come to, because I can assure you, You don't get all of this content bundled up and packaged anywhere else but Snaphappen.
But we're outdoors, it's open air, but yet somehow there's Wi-Fi going on. Luckily it hasn't rained. I mentioned a stage, but there really isn't a stage. Somebody else was, one of the speakers earlier was standing on a chair and that was his stage. It's almost hard to tell who's a speaker, who's an influencer, who's just a Snapchatter, who's attending, who's what. It's quite bizarre in that respect, but yet it works.
Your stage is what you make of the space that you had to work with. I often look at my cell phone on Snapchat as my stage, where I can go on and I have an audience that I can speak to. So that's why I love events like this. They're very community focused, very much grassroots. To your point, we're here outdoors in the middle of London in a roundabout, and that's what makes this really true to form what Snapchat's all about, which is about community and about bringing people together. I think Snaphappen, Craig and his team have done a great job of doing that.
Carlos, thanks for your time.
Thank you.